I'm Mark with Big Dave's Belly Bustin BBQ. After Big Dave's epic fail and that pork buddy's taking the day off to clear his head. And while that's happening, we're gonna make something that is just absolutely delicious. We're going back to the basics and we are going to make some ribs on this grill. So first, we start with our hickory cherry pellets, like we used last time for the pork butt, only we're hoping we get better results. We set this bad boy to 265 degrees. And when you go online and look up different recipes, you're gonna get a myriad of answers, anywhere from as low as 180 degrees to as high as 300 degrees. Reality is it's based on the actual rib and your own experience, so we're gonna test this temperature out. Now what we have is 3 baby back ribs and 1 St. Louis rib. So this is going to be interesting to see how this turns out. We rub this down with 2 different types of rub, which we'll discuss later, as well as some brown sugar, just to get a little sweetness. Sizzling. Yeah. 2 up top and 2 on the bottom, I suppose. Yum, 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 yum. These are gonna be delicious. And after that epic fail, Big Dave really downward spiraled real bad. He's on suicide watch for a day or 2, but don't worry, I'm here to do it right. I want to close this. We're going to let that sit for a couple hours and come back and see what's going on. Welcome back. I'm Mark from Big Dave's Belly Bustin BBQ. Today we're going to go over the rub that we put on those ribs, and this is one of Big Dave's favorites. So first thing first, we lathered the ribs up with plain old yellow mustard as a binder. Then we liberally coated with both Texas-style sweet rub, as well as John Henry's pecan rub, 2 of the finest rubs out there, at least in our opinion here at Big Dave's Belly Bustin BBQ. After that, we took good old-fashioned brown sugar, gave it some love, heavily coated. We let those sit for about 30 minutes in the fridge. Now throughout the barbecuing process, about an hour and a half in or so, we're gonna spray it down with a combination of apple cider vinegar with apple juice, just like we did on the big old butt. And we're gonna let those suckers cook for several hours, probably 3. And then we'll let you know what happens then. During the process of the basting with the barbecue sauce, we're gonna use Pete's Fine Meats barbecue sauce. It's delicious. Pete makes it, Pete stands by it. He's from Texas. My brother Dave's from Texas. He loves it, we all love it, it's delicious, and we're gonna put it on those ribs. We also may eat ribs with these later when it's time to eat the ribs, but we haven't decided that just yet. You're gonna find out what we do. So stay tuned. We will be back talking about ribs again. Welcome back to Big Dave's Belly Bustin BBQ. I'm Mark, and as we said earlier, Dave's off today. I'm having personal day. So what we're going to be doing right now is we're going to check on those ribs we put down about an hour ago, maybe even a little longer than an hour ago. We've adjusted our temp and we're about to take a look at it for the very first time and spray it down with this mixture. It's a concoction of apple cider vinegar and apple juice. And what it's going to do is it's going to moisten those ribs. You could use any kind of solution you want, but this is the one we chose. It's delicious. All right, let's get a look in here. Ooh, these guys are smoking nasty. You see how it's kind of glazed a little bit? It's a little spritz it. Yeah. Don't want these guys to dry out now. I want these to be nasty tasting. As they do. Yum, yum, yum. Those striations in that muzzle. Skeletal muscle. Coming along now. Alrighty. So we're gonna let these guys sit here for another couple hours. We're gonna come back and check on them. Don't go anywhere because we're going to be feasting on ribs later today. We're going to baste them up with that Pete's barbecue sauce we talked about earlier, and it's going to be delicious. So anyway, we'll talk back later. Welcome back. We're about to put a little bit of barbecue sauce on these ribs. Now these ribs have been sitting on this smoker for about 2 hours or so. We don't know exactly when to do any of these things, but we're going to do it the way that we know how to do it, and that's right now. Alright, so look at these beauts. Aren't they beautiful? I call them beautiful because they look so beautiful. Now, this is called Pete's barbecue sauce from Pete. It's delicious barbecue sauce as we described. We're just going to paint it on there. Just paint on that sauce. Paint it on. Yeah. Just going to paint it on there just like all those famous painters do when we're doing that with barbecue sauce, not paint. It's like Bob Ross used to do. Put a little more in there. Okay. Put some of that barbecue sauce. It's delicious barbecue sauce, and we're going to paint it on these ribs. What it's going to do is it's going to give it all that delicious barbecue sauce type flavor. It'll caramelize on there, and it'll keep it tasting delicious like Pete's. Like the way Pete does it, I do it. One of the things you want to remember when making ribs is to show up with an appetite. Because if you don't, I guarantee you that someone will have one. They will eat all your damn ribs right up. So, Big Dave is right now getting his appetite up. Because he knows Marc's famous ribs, or actually Big Dave's favorite ribs. Big Dave's Big Belly Bustin BBQ. Just a delicious snack any time of day, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. We're going to periodically do that throughout the barbecue. Again, there's no set rules or rhyme or rhythm to it. You just do it as you feel fit. Just basically cook them the way that you want to. That's the best way to do it. But we'll be back later when we do some other aspect to the rib. All right. And welcome back to Big Dave's Big Belly Bustin' BBQ. We're cooking ribs today, and we're hoping they come out real nice. Now, these ribs have been sitting here. Fortunately, I lost my camera crew, so I have to do this solo. These ribs have now been sitting on this grill for about 4 hours. We're gonna take a peek. We're gonna re-slather them up with some barbecue sauce. We're gonna see how they look. They're looking G-O-E-O gorgeous. Hopefully you guys can see that. They look great to me. I'm gonna slather some of this BBQ sauce from Pete's. As you all know from earlier, Pete's makes great barbecue sauce. It's real nice and saucy. Just kind of get it on there nice and good. Good thing about the sauce is it tastes good. And it makes things look nice and pretty. We're expecting to really, really eat well today. It's kind of hard getting in there. Here we go. Hopefully you guys can see that. I apologize for the camera style. Like I said, my crew is taking a little beach break, getting some sun in this beautiful California Wednesday. And for the top rack, for all you at home in the northern states and the east, I hope everything's going well. I hope you're enjoying our videos that we're doing today. Like y'all know too, the proceeds from Big Dave's Belly Bustin' BBQ goes to orphan children in the world. Just lots of different orphanages and stuff. So we don't actually have any proceeds yet because we haven't sold anything, but if we do, that's what it's going to go to. So we're going to let this sit here for another 30, for 40 minutes. Give it a nice little finishing touch. We do think it's going to be delicious, and we do hope that you join us for some ribs. Welcome back. I'm Mark with Big Dave's Belly Bustin BBQ. We are now at almost the 5-hour point in our rib smoking adventure. We've had a wonderful, glorious day, and you folks at home have just got to sit back and watch it all in about 5 or 10 minutes, so I'm envious. Now, we are at the point where we are going to look at and possibly pull our ribs off of this grill. The Yoder YS 640. Look at that ribbageness. It looks delicious. They're kind of sweet and caramelly. And we're just gonna see what happens when we pull them off this grill and eat them. It's gonna be fantastic, I tell you. Now, Big Dave loves his ribs to be delicious. You think that's good? I don't know. I think that's good. Not sure what's going on with this thing, but we'll just pull these guys off. These are gonna be just fantastic. Delicious tasting ribs. It's got the peat sauce on it that we talked about, that we love. It's got all of the fixins on it, and they are just absolutely delicious. So, see you guys at the movies. Welcome back. I'm Mark with Big Dave's Belly Bustin BBQ. Here is our grand prize. This is the gold at the end of the rainbow. This is the pirate's treasure right here. The pirate's booty. We are going to now try one of these ribs. You're going to get a sense of what we are dealing with in this delicious rib extravaganza. That's a delicious rib. It is the payoff that you all been waiting for, and I highly recommend following our steps and also doing what you have to do for your own steps. Until next time, Big Dave thanks you. Have a good night.